The last 6 to sort of 8 months that I've done here has just, it's changed me. I'm a different person. To explain me now would basically be like I'm just positive. I've always been a fairly confident person, but I feel more confident in myself. I didn't used to feel that confident here. So I feel a lot more confident. I think one of the biggest words I could use would be, I'm not clouded anymore, I'm clear. I used to be half cup empty. I'm now half cup full. Positive, happy, clear. Just not congested up here. I'm just going with the flow. I'm cruising. Before I came to the Brain Wellness Spa, I had a pretty long, through my 20s and a bit of my teens, and obviously in my 30s, issues with anxiety, sort of depressive symptoms. I'd actually been diagnosed with social anxiety. Just sort of always felt like there was a bit of a, well, sometimes it was worse than others, a bit of a sort of a black cloud sort of hanging over me, and had like a bit of a fairly high resistance to change, to the point of sometimes where I thought I was sort of never going to get like better and those kinds of things. So sort of a lot of negative thought patterns and things like that. There were points in my life where it would consume me and I just couldn't switch this off, and like, I wouldn't talk to people, and there were sort of very rare points where when I was younger and I struggled with like a relationship breakup or something like that, that I would sort of, I couldn't even leave the house a couple of times, things like that. Go out in public and facing other people, worried I'm going to see people and things like that. There were times where the mind chatter would consume me and I'd feel physically ill inside, and it wasn't very comfortable at times, and was a bit of a worry there at some points. Sometimes I even think about not wanting to, I suppose, be around and things like that, because you'd feel so crappy and down and those sorts of things. I still managed to function day by day, but it was pretty overwhelming at times. Yeah. It's not a nice place to be. I felt like there was nothing that was going to work for me. There were things that sort of helped a little bit here and there, medications, psychologists, a little bit ashamed to say it, but even psychiatrists at some stage. So it just sort of band-aids the problem rather than sort of fixes the problem. I've always been open to trying new things. Like, I'd basically keep trying until like I didn't want to give up, so I found the Brain Wellness Spa, and to begin with I was like, I don't think this is going to do much. Like, I didn't have much faith in the process, but I stuck with it, and like, I'm stoked that I did, because it's just completely changed me as a person, and I know other people that it's helped as well. Being my mate, it's changed him massively, and his partner, and it's incredible. I've been coming here for probably at least 6 months, maybe longer. So it's a fair journey, but I started to see changes probably like sort of halfway through, so 3 months into the programs. But full benefits has been in the last sort of 2 months. I'm just so much more clearer, and I can tell when I need to nurture myself or look after myself or rest or something like that. I'm not just this confused ball of negative energy, and I'm definitely way more half cup full than half cup empty. I used to be half cup empty about everything, and now I'm just a lot more positive about things, and even just something, we're all going to think bad things and have negative experiences in our life. But when something pops into your head, like, I used to dwell on it and just get like anxious and feel sick about it. But now I'll process it, and then I'll hold on to that, or I won't hold on to that. Like, I'm just find things so easy to deal with. It's just, it's pretty awesome how much it's changed my life. I feel in control, like I am in control of my emotions and my thought patterns. I still have days where I feel, like a little bit sort of not as clear as I do majority of the time, but I think that's more about life, because like it's okay to not be okay, because we are human, and if we were up all the time, then that's no good. You've got to be up, and you've got to have your days where you're down too. So it's just about how you look after yourself and how you deal with it. So yeah, definitely like, not clouded, I'm clear, I'm focused, in control of my own thought patterns, how to deal with them, what comes in and out of my life, what challenges I met with, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's pretty refreshing. Half the battle is by admitting that you've got something going on and that you need to deal with it. And if you don't deal with it, then you can end up in a really bad place. And these days, the stigma with males talking about their mental health, it's a big part of the reason why I'm doing this video, is because I want to reach out to my friends and family and or just anyone that's dealing with like day-to-day stuff, and like especially males. It's okay to talk, and like any of my mates are battling, I'm there for them straight away. You've got to talk about it, you've got to deal with your crap, because if you don't, you self-implode, and I've seen that firsthand. And I suppose one thing about me is that I've always wanted to get help, so I've reached the outcome that I've wanted to reach. That just proves that if you do something about it, not everything works for everyone, like different things work for different people, but the first step is to basically admitting that you've got something going on. Reach out to like a close family member or a close friend. First thing I'd say is, if you want to talk about it, let me know, just contact me. But even better yet, contact the girls at the Brain Wellness Bar, because they're lovely and they're very helpful, and it's very very sort of like cozy and sort of warming when you come to the place where it happens. So when I first came here, I was hesitant, like I am with a lot of things, but it does, to begin with, seem a bit sort of like, how the heck is this going to work, sort of thing, like, yeah, okay, like, but you've got to have faith in the process, and that you've just got to, just have faith that it's going to work, because it does seem very strange and very odd to begin with, but there's a lot of research into your subconscious and a lot of stuff that's been, it's fact that it works and that it helps. And I basically say, it's after coming today even, I've realised how much I miss doing it, how calming it is, and how sort of how important it is, because when you get that light bulb that you're on the right path to getting better, it's awesome, If you follow the process, you do what you're meant to do. It's the easiest thing that I've had to do, and it's had the best outcome throughout my life mentally to date. So yeah, cool. I'd recommend it to anyone. And I know what it's like to be in a dark and crappy place, anxiety, all those sorts of things. Mm-hmm. And it's not nice, and it's so good when you can free yourself from that crap. So, and males mainly, like, don't be afraid to talk. And everyone's got their own battles. We've all got our own demons as such. Mm-hmm. So we've just got to speak about it and sort it. Mm. Yeah.